Carter King steps up into the face-off dot against Cohen Potter. Game 2 between the Pios and the Devils start right now here in Tempe. Denver wins the draw. They're across the line on the near side with Thompson. Stops on a dime at the goal line. Tossed over to the far side. Booyam at the top. King takes a shot. It didn't reach. Homer got blocked out in front. And we have a hand pass, which draws the first whistle just 15 seconds in.
Quick whistle here for Denver in the offensive zone. Arizona State a little bit scrambling to start off the game in their scrambled egg colored jerseys. The gold and maroon with Denver in their red and, what would you call that, a little bit of rustic gold?
I'd say so. Face off to the left of Homer. Brought into the near side corner. Beck can't force it out. With the help of Lucius, Denver has to come all the way back in their own end. A 5-4 win for Denver. It wasn't easy. They were up 3-1 in the second. 2 straight goals in a matter of 3 minutes for ASU tied the game. They took the lead early in the third. Sun Devils tied it with 44 seconds to go with Bennett Shimmick. And then Denver won in overtime after they killed a penalty. 3-on-4. Sebrien will turn and tosses in from the red line. Shellberg back, will play it along the wall to Murchison on the near side, back at his own goal line. To the red line for Shane. He backhands it in and lets Artem Schlane go and chase after it. He pitchforks it around the wall, picked up by Jared Wright. Wright had one of the 5 goals for Denver yesterday as he forces ASU to chase. Bozer went down to a knee to force it out. Sun Devils back with speed. Shane across the far side to Schlane, tosses it in front, but nobody home. Coming down from the blue line is Bozer. He pinched in. Denver gets the puck out. Picked up by Reeder. Harris moving in, and his shot, he flubbed it. Also pressured by Anthony Dowd on the way. Turnover in their own zone. Centering pass picked off by Bozer, who came back and recovered really nicely. Up to Sillinger at the red. Tosses it in off the glass as he just came off the bench. Him and Ashcroft go to battle behind their own bench. Toss toward the net. Blocked down by Ashcroft. Sun Devils keep possession in the zone. Smolin tosses it toward Davis, who will cover on the soft and long-range shot.
Yeah, Arizona State with another defensive turnover there before clearing it out of the zone. They really need to look to tighten that up in their defensive zone. Just too many turnovers within 50 feet of Gibson Homer and Luke Pavicic last night.
Ty Jackson, Kyle Smolin, and Sillinger stay out there for the Devils. Denver wins the face-off in their own defensive zone. Beck whiffed on the pass as he tried to knock it back toward neutral ice. Reeder applies the pressure to Beck, and the Sun Devils have some time to break out. Up to Sillinger on the near side at the red line, all the way across. Nice pass right off the bench is Smolin, and he put it high of Davis, who shrugged his shoulders to keep it out. Off of Davis on another long-range shot. Was to the far side, picked up by Murchison at the top. Save, rebound, they score! Kyle Smolin! Murchison from the point, a rebound right to Smolin, who scores to put the Sun Devils up 1-0, just 2 minutes and 13 seconds in.
Another goal for Arizona State within the first 3 minutes of the first period. It was Lucius yesterday who scored within the first 2, and Kyle Smolin, who got demoted to the third line here tonight in place of Charlie Shane, gets his number in the score sheet and 1 up on the board for the Sun Devils.
Smolin beat Pittner to the far side, and Davis's pad put it right on his stick. He gave it right back to the net. Kyle Smolin with the goal as he gets his 9th of the year. The sophomore out of Illinois has been told that he's going to be a future captain one day. He was committed to this program for 4 years, which is not usual, playing 4 years of junior hockey. And Kyle Smolin gets us started here today on Saturday evening. It's back behind Davis as play resumes. Penalty upcoming against the Sun Devils and against Cruz Lucius. They knock it ahead. Jack Devine across the line and a sharp angle shot. Shouldered aside by Homer. Sun Devils touch up, but this is not what you want, Colgan. You just score a goal, the crowd's into it, and you immediately take a penalty, especially in your own offensive zone by Lucius.
Yeah, this Pioneers power play will get to work. 31.2%, which is best in the nation. 29 goals on the year in 63 attempts for the Pioneers. But for the Sun Devils, their penalty kills looked way better as of late. 85%, 9th in the nation. So Arizona State will look to grab that momentum right back.
The call was hooking against Lucius. Power play for Denver. Colgan gave it to you. Best in the nation. However, was 0 for 3 last night. At the top is Eve Bouillon. Sun Devils pressuring hard as Murchison came all the way up, now retreats back. Near side circle, Thompson thought about the shot. Back up top, Bouillon plays with it. Now to the far side circle. Devine back over to Bouillon, who stands at the top. Skates with it on his forehand. Thompson takes his spot down to the near side circle. Tried to toss it in front. Sun Devils take it away and clear it all the way down.
Good start for the Sun Devils penalty kill, looking to go 4 for 4 over this series.
They stretch out the forwards as Bouillon will start it out from his own goal line. Devine over the line on the near side. Far side half wall, Carter King. Down low for Sam Harris, who will try the near side and get it to his teammate in Thompson. Give and go pass. Devine all the way across. Back in front, they score! Sam Harris, power play goal, and Denver has tied us up not more than 90 seconds after the Sun Devils took the lead.
It's going to be the biggest it's ever been, right? This is the third time we've had it at Mullet Arena. And Petey, you've seen it up close and personal. The first 2 championships have been classics. The Desert Vista Notre Dame game, classic game going overtime. Last year we went to overtime as well with Centennial and Notre Dame prep. It's been incredible. And this year it's going to be bigger than ever with the commercial that Asha put out, which is excellent, along with the great marketing that they've been doing. I hope that the entire arena is filled for our great sport.
I do too. And if you haven't experienced the excitement of high school hockey, this is a great chance to do it. Kids show up, man. They're there for their schools. It's loud, it's full of energy, and it's a lot of fun. This could be a little bit different state championship this year, and it's because of some of the teams that are towards the top of the standings. But to get to them, you have to take the first step. And the first step starts this weekend in Scottsdale, at the Ice Stand in Scottsdale. This is the play-in games. These are seeds 5 through 12, and you've got to win this game this weekend to find your way down to Mullet. So let's do a quick overview of all the games coming up this Saturday at the Ice Stand in Scottsdale on these play-in games. It's the first step of the big challenge to get to the championship game. And let's start with the number 5-12 matchup right now. It's a matchup between Basha and Chaparral. What can you tell us about this one, Dylan?
Yeah, Bash is going to be favored in this one by a good margin. I was kind of surprised that they weren't a top 4 seed. They went into the last game of the season facing off with their, rival, you could say, in Hamilton. For that 4 seed, they lost that game. But this team can score with anybody. They had a stretch this year where they scored over 8 goals a game for 5 or 6 games in a row. This Bearcat team, they're a 5 seed, but they're very, very good. And I expect them to win.
Well, I go to you. You are the high school hockey guru, so I'm going to put the trust in your hands for now. You and I are going to spend a lot of time watching hockey all next week, so hopefully I can get up to speed on these games. The second game we're looking at in the playing games is number 6 Campo Verde versus number 11 Horizon.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this game. This is not a usual 6-11 game. This is a very even game. It's a battle of depth and really good fundamentals with Campo Verde against really top-end talent and skill with Horizon. Horizon could have the best top line in Division I with Orion Pesic, Will Hoffman. You toss an EJ Green in there as well, Daniel Medea. They have really top-end skill for Horizon, so they can go up and down the ice. They can score with anybody. But for Campo, they're a team that can run 4 lines. They're very structured. They're very good defensively. I'm interested to see how these 2 teams match up.
Wow, I can't believe how much you're dialed in, Dylan. You're dialed in.
I'm locked in, Petey. I'm ready to go.
I tell you, the next matchup's an interesting one for me with Brophy. Brophy could have one of the best goaltenders in the state of Arizona right now. Number 7 Brophy faces off against last year's champion, Centennial, coming in this season at number 10. A big step backwards this year because they graduated a lot of kids. What's this matchup look like?
Yeah, Centennial had 15, 16 seniors last year, and they also lost their junior, Cade Pareja, to junior hockey up in Helena, Montana. This is going to be a really defensive game. It might be a race to 2 goals, truly, because these 2 teams have 2 of the best goalies in Division I. You mentioned Max Milstein for Brophy. He had a save percentage of almost .950 this year. It was unbelievable. Think about this stat. He made 9 starts. In 7 of them, he allowed 1 goal or less. So he has been excellent this year for Brophy. On the other side, you can't sell the other guy short, Logan Gibbs. He has big game experience. He's played in the playoffs for Centennial the last 2 years. He played the semifinal game last year against Pinnacle, a game that we got to do. So he's very good as well, and he's almost better the more shots he sees. scoring first in this game is going to be imperative. And like I said, if there was any betting world out there, I would take the under on this game.
Well, we come to the last matchup of the play-in games, and this one surprises me, Dylan. Like I said, I've called this championship game in Arizona for several years now, and this is a name I haven't seen on play-in Saturday, and that's the Notre Dame Preparatory Saints coming in at number 8. They're facing off Desert Vista. Notre Dame's been in the last 4 championship games, 3 of them. The last 2 with the mullet, Notre Dame was there, but they got a long road to try to climb their way back into this one.
It has not been your usual year for Notre Dame, no doubt. Charles Missio, head coach, moved on. You bring in Taylor Nelson, who's done a really good job, but it's just kind of been a year where everything's kind of gone wrong for them. Injuries, they lose Tate Mickey for the entire year. We saw him last year score that game-tying goal in the championship game. Lost Reed Gramlich, lost a ton of really good players from last year's team. So it's been a tough year for Notre Dame, but that doesn't mean that they can come back and make a real run. I think this team is way better than an 8 seed. They still have Sam Borzone up top, Drew Jaswin. Caden Wright's been really good in net as well. And also they probably, in terms of returning and experience, have the most experienced defensive core in Division I. So don't sell them short, even though they've had a up and down regular season. On Desert Vista's side, they also had an up and down year because they had a coaching change midway through. Matt Bernard came in and he's been really good. This is a team, Pete, just to give you an example. They lost early in the year to Pinnacle 12-1. It really wasn't a game that they were very proud of. And then a couple weeks later, they come back and they beat the Pioneers 8-6. This team is when they're at their best, they could be a top 4 team, but they have to find that consistency.